right now everybody's talking about the vaccines and stuff like that, and trying to get better to a better place where we can be at. But nobody really talks about like how can we get there eating wise, like how we eat to live, nutrition and stuff like that. How can we do more with juicing and stuff like that? So our next guest I want to bring on, but first I want to show a little promo from her, and then I'm gonna bring my sister Dawn on.
I'm Dawn Kelly, daughter of Joan Kelly, granddaughter of Margaret Ackerman, and founder and CEO of the Nourish Spot. I'm a native New Yorker, born in Harlem and raised in Queens. The community connects to the Nourish Spot through a number of ways, one of which is through my family's 60 years of long-standing roots in this community. My grandfather purchased the first home in our family here in Jamaica. We connect to the community through our employees. We have a number of young black and brown men and women that mask up and glove up to come to work every day so that we can assemble customized fruits and vegetables into what customers want. And so I'm really happy that we have such a great team, and I thank them every day for their dedication and fortitude.
That look good, man.
That look good. I had it before, man. Yeah. So without further ado, Jamie, can you bring my sister Dawn in?
Hi, everybody.
Dawn.
Hey, Dawn.
Dawn, what's up, sister? What's going on?
Hey, Dawn. How you doing?
I'm doing great tonight. Thank you very much. The store's closed for the week. I get tomorrow off. And so I'm happy to be talking to you fellas tonight about entrepreneurship, about working with kids and, about eating healthy.
Yep. So before we get into that part of it, Dawn, can you give the people a little background? How did you wind up getting in the Nourish Spot? I know how you got it, but can you tell people where you first started and what made you get into the business?
Well, I'll tell the short part. The short part is I worked for more than 30 years in public relations and marketing. My last role was a senior public relations executive for Prudential Financial. And in September 2015, I got a new young white male boss, and he eliminated my job. Now, we could talk a whole lot about what that means, but I don't want to digress. The wonderful thing about it is that they had to pay me a severance package, and it was a financial services firm. So I am a young black girl that comes from humble beginnings. So I was saving my money, and with the severance package and the savings, I partnered with my two young adult children. At that time, they were in their late 20s. And we established the Nourish Spot together in our neighborhood.
Beautiful. That's what's up. Appreciate that. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Very
so,
good.
like, Dawn, a lot of people are scared at times, right, to leave corporate America, and like, but I mean, I guess you kind of forced out. But like, would you ever scared to like leaving this, like, and people say like, get off the titty, because
well, I'm gonna tell you honestly. Listen, you hitting a point right there. I have been planning, I was in my 50s. Once I turned 50, I started thinking about what was next. And honestly, I never had a juice bar in my sights. I actually thought I would continue doing communications because I've done it my whole entire life. I mean, even when I was in college, I was doing PR. And I want to give a shout out to my HBCU. HU Howard University.
All right.
I never really thought that I would be in a food business, but what happened was while working in corporate America, I gained a lot of weight. I was traveling all around the world because I did international global communications. And my time was off. I was eating crazy, socially drinking, all the things that you do when you're an executive in corporate America. And my health actually suffered. So, in hindsight, I realized that gentleman probably did me a solid by giving me the opportunity to walk away. And God, I'm very faithful. I prayed a lot because I was scared. I didn't know what I was going to do. And because it wasn't me walking out the door on my own, they had forced me out. And so I was scared, but I prayed, and I prayed without ceasing. And God delivered me an idea, a venue, and my children and I, we made it work, and we are still making it work. And I'm really proud.
I first of all, I commend you for what you do, and you have a wonderful presence and spirit. I'd like to say that I grew up like a lot of people on a lot of foods. I got a lot of misinformation early, and I look at the things that we grew up on, some of the junk. I was thinking about the other day, spam. It's just ridiculous stuff that we would eat. Yes, we used to eat spam, loved it too.
I hate
I grew up on spam, and so I realize now today, this health has to be a lifestyle, and this is where I had my moment, and I want you to speak to this because I think everybody has to have their own moment. I was one day putting 93 gas in my car, and I was saying, why would I put the best gas in the car and then have some Cheetos or something putting in my body? You know what I mean? And so I had that moment. And could you expound a little bit on what people need to do and to think about, not just as a trend, but as a lifestyle, to eat things that are just going to build you instead of tear you down?
Well, I want to say ding, ding, ding to you for having that epiphany at the gas pump. Because we are what we consume. And I would tell you that my dad, my mother, and my father were really great about introducing my siblings and I to a lot of different foods. Now, don't get me wrong, we had our fair share of junk food too. But my dad, because my grandmother, I'll never forget this, my grandmother was, she got very ill. And when she got ill, my dad was taking care of her, and he pretty much changed our diet just like her diet changed. And it's funny, I was just talking to my little sister, or younger sister, the other day, because I remember us driving over to Green Acres Mall, going into the health food store, and my sister said she wanted a chocolate bar, and my dad said you can get some carob chips. And she said, what's that? What are you, a health food nut? And I would tell you that I never really thought about that until I started, when I started to open up the juice bar, how our lives have come full circle. Yes, it's very important. And we know now more than ever during COVID that we are what we eat. And if you consume junk, your body will run like junk. If you consume leafy vegetables, roots and tubers, organic fresh fruit on a daily basis, and eat a balanced diet, then you will live longer. Your organs will function more correctly. And, your mind will even work better. I learn things every day. So what I will tell you is I'm not a nutritionist, okay? What I am is somebody that has eaten healthy pretty much my whole life, made some mistakes along the way, and quickly, turn that around so that I could get my weight back in order, so that I can sleep better, and so I don't have to end up in the doctor's office on some kind of regular medication, because that is something that I'm running from. And I would tell you that the nutritionists that I work with, the doctors that I talk to, what they say more often than not is that most chronic illnesses that African Americans and Latinos find themselves grappling with, we can fix it with our diets.
Wow. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question? I want to do something a little bit more healthier because, right now, I got friends that kind of visit from out of town, family, whoever. And the first thing we do is we grab us a bottle of something. You know how it is when people come in and you enjoy yourself, But I want to do a little bit better. Like right now, I got something in there. This ain't water. right? But you know what I'm saying. But I want to do something a little better, something that makes me feel a little better, something that's a little bit more interesting. What can I do, or is it something that you have at the Nourish Spot that's a little interesting? That can make me feel good, or you know what I mean, a little conversation piece, or something I can do at home that's a little bit better for me. What would you suggest? You know,
well, I'm gonna tell you up front, I'm all for balance. So I'm not gonna tell you that you can have a sip here and there because I do.
Right.
Right.
All right.
But everything in balance, right? Everything in moderation. So now I'm drinking.
Okay, that's what we're talking about.
I'm drinking a Berry Crazy that we make at the Nourish Spot, and a Berry Crazy is chock full of antioxidants. It has strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries, fresh, not frozen. And it has a little tip of honey in mine because I like honey, but we also offer maple syrup or agave because we don't offer any sugar. No white sugar, no brown sugar in the Nourish Spot. That is something that is killing Black people. Sugar. Get rid of it. And you know sugar is in liquor. So that's why you have to be careful with
especially
the
rum,
brown liquors and the vodka, all of it, because it is sugar. So and most people, they think they're addicted to alcohol. No, they're addicted to sugar. So we just need people to be a little bit more moderate about the things that you consume as well.
See, that's why I get my stuff from the earth. My stuff comes from the bush.
Okay, so I want to ask you, Dawn, let me ask this question because you just made me think of something. So I'll get pistachios and they'll say sea salt, and then I'll get like I won't get white sugar. I'll get turbinado, which is supposed to be cane sugar. Am I kidding myself, or is it just as dangerous? The sea salt and the cane sugar that is no GMOs and all that.
Calvin, get rid of the sugar. Period. Just use some agave. Use a little bit of honey. Your body can manage it better. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not a fan. And this is my own personal take, but I'm not a fan of any of these what do you call it? Impossible burgers. None of that stuff that you got to turn it into something. Just eat the fruit. Just eat the vegetables, right? Just eat the beans. Okay, all of those things. Like I learned just yesterday, because I heard somebody say, I think it was Mr. Todd. He said something about learning. You got to learn forever. I worked for AARP when I first got out of college, and they taught me early on, learning is a lifelong journey. And you need to consistently learn more so that you can do more, live more, okay? And so I would tell you that if you just use the agave, which is from the cactus, okay? You use honey, which, we know bees make that, you will be much better off. And stay away from all of that impossible burgers and all of that stuff that they make up, because I don't trust any of it, and you shouldn't either.
Yeah,
good point.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'll ask you a quick question. How important was it to bring the Nourish Spot to your own neighbor? Because I know when I saw it, I know it's that, but when I saw the aerial view, I know it's in our neighbor we came up from. Well, how important was that?
It was very important. So let me paint a picture for you. So, I own my own home. So when I didn't want to cook, I would get in my car and say, okay, I'm going to go find a salad somewhere. And in Jamaica, it was so hard. I mean, really hard. And so I would actually drive from 107th Avenue all the way to Rockaway, to Panera Bread to get a salad. And I used to always kid myself and say, if you get $1 past your lunch money, maybe you can open up something so you don't have to go so far. Or maybe somebody will get smart and open up a salad bar in the hood. Okay. But it never happened. And then my job was eliminated. And so it was quite refreshing to be able to open up a juice bar in my neighborhood, even though people that look like me and that don't look like me told me that it was going to fail. Okay. They told me that if I wasn't serving fried chicken, and I'm not kidding, that black people weren't going to show up. But let me tell you, we've been in business for almost 5 years now, and black people show up every day. Oh,
that's right. How about that? How about that?
Sister had a line out there one day, had me waiting out there for like 30, 40 minutes.
That's good problems right there.
That's a good problem. I said, these damn carrots and kale better be on point, man.
And I'm really proud. I'm gonna tell you, I'm really proud of our neighborhood, especially you guys. I would tell you that a lot of our customers are men, and it's really amazing to me that men they're really invested in their health. They are really now don't get me wrong, women show up, but our customer is mostly male. And they're from like I would say from 18 to 80, because I got customers all ages. Now I also get young children that come from school, and that's the most beautiful thing, because they have elected to not have the sugary drink or the candy from the store. They will come to my store with their money in hand, and they tell me what fruits they want, and we make them smoothies. And I'm gonna tell you, that warms my heart, because that right there, as the man said, if you teach them young, they will grow up eating more healthier. They will grow up drinking more balanced, and they'll live longer. They won't be fighting kidney disease and, all the different things, that heart disease, all the different things, obesity that our community as a whole are managing every day. I mean, it's really sad.
Right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Dawn, I want to commend you for doing something so positive in the community and bringing something that's going to bring health to the Black community. I want to commend you for that.
Thank you.
I also want to ask you a question. Now, our community is always plagued with high blood pressure and diabetes.
Yeah.
Person walks into your shop and says, I got high blood pressure. What's going to be your recommendation?
Beets and carrots. Okay.
Beets and carrots.
Beets and carrots, okay, because they are known to help bring your pressure down, as well as if we have soup with beans in it, we would also offer you some soup with beans, because beans also help with bringing your blood pressure, controlling your blood pressure.
Okay.
Dawn,
I'm sure you've been asked that question before.
Yeah.
All the time. And let me tell you something else. Wheatgrass. So we sell in the store wheatgrass shots, ginger shots, and turmeric shots, right? Because another thing that Black people suffer from is inflammation in your body. And also with COVID, okay? COVID also, the big thing is the inflammation that takes place in your body. So one thing that I would offer to you all, as well as to all your listeners, is to get some turmeric in your life. Okay. Turmeric is one of the best roots out there, foods out there that organically will attack inflammation in your body and help it go away, as well as ginger. So we will mix the shots for you if you're interested in those. And then for wheatgrass, our bodies need all kind of minerals and vitamins. And so wheatgrass actually has every single vitamin and mineral man or woman's body needs. And I didn't know that before I opened up a juice bar. Okay. But I know that now. And I would tell you every week I'm taking some wheatgrass.
I'm gonna come over there to get me some wheatgrass. Let me ask you. So Dawn,
is turmeric in curry?
People sometimes put turmeric in their curry, but turmeric, I wish I was in the store to.
It's two separate things, though.
But they're entirely different. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, turmeric. I like Mr. Todd, and I'm sure many of you. I love to travel, and so when I go around the world, I'm always in a juice bar someplace else, and I'm always asking, what are you guys drinking over here? What makes you healthy? And so we were in Bali And turmeric is something that they drink, like we drink apple juice and orange juice here. Okay. And those people are healthy. And so I definitely brought that back. And so we sell turmeric, and we will give you some tamarind juice to chase it. And I'm telling you, it will attack any inflammation that you have in your body.
All right.
So Dawn, let me ask you something real quick. You know, at something Boulevard with your stores that some of them bodegas have
We on God Brewer.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
My bad. God Brewer, you're right. They're right. So some of the brothers in those stores, they have male performance pills in there. So what do you have any kind of male performance juices or any kind of foods or roots, anything for that?
Okay, well, let me tell you guys. I don't carry. No. This is important. I don't carry any of those pills. I really don't. But I do know that you should put some watermelon in your diet. I do know that you should keep some sunflower seeds handy. Okay, because those things are vital for a man's sexual
libido,
health.
for his libido.
Yes.
For watermelon and sunflower seeds.
Yes. Keep them handy.
Yeah, I heard this lady one time in the barbershop swear that she used to give her man the watermelon rind and juice it for him and make him, you know.
I'm telling you,
watermelon rind. You don't even have to help though. It ain't even gotta be the red part, Rodney. It ain't gotta be the red part.
It gotta be just the rind. It can be any just watermelon.
Right. Yes, but listen, of course you take off the green skin, okay, the skin on the outside, but that white rind that's attached to the red part, you can use that.
Okay, so I gotta eat it, or I gotta like put it in a grind it up and put it in a smoothie?
Whatever you want, you can eat it. You can eat it, you can drink it, but you need to have that in your diet.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, you guys are about to put a lot of pressure on my wife. You have no idea what you're telling me. Yo, you about to put me on the shopping list.
Yes, and you know, it's funny. I'm so glad that you asked me that, because on our Instagram at the Nourish Spot, you know, I have a whole bunch of different posts that I keep handy, and every time I get ready to post one about that, I'm like, oh, the Christian's gonna get me. I can't.
Hey, the Christians got to realize how we all got here. It was because of
the Christians are doing it too. They doing it too.
Those people of Christians, I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, God made us. We have to procreate in order to make.
And God made the watermelon for black people to love. See, that's the reason why we have the watermelon in our family.
And that's probably why they put a stereotype on it, so they can probably stop us from eating it. But I'm about to eat all the water. I'm about to get me a watermelon.
Deep on that one, Rod.
Try your best, guys, to get watermelon with seeds. Okay, not those seedless watermelons.
I tell people that all the time.
Y'all notice the watermelons they sell? They don't have seeds, or they got them little white seeds, and it's not as sweet as it was when we grew up.
It's GMO. That's right, right?
So do your best to try to find a watermelon with seeds.
For those in Queens,
okay, what if I eat the seeds too?
You can't. So hold on, let me say something to you. The only fruit, listen. The only fruit that you really cannot eat the seeds are apples. So don't ever eat apple seeds, because apple seeds have arsenic in them. Okay.
Okay.
So don't eat apple seeds, but pretty much any other fruit with seeds, you can eat them. Okay. I learned. So another thing that you guys can put into your system is papaya, and eat those seeds as well. Those black seeds that come out of papaya, they are good for you. Okay, they're good for all of us. Okay,
I'm about to have a watermelon papaya mix.
Listen,
exactly.
And for good measure, throw some sunflower seeds, some pumpkin seeds. Excuse me, I said sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. Throw some pumpkin seeds in there.
Oh man, my wife about to throw me out the house.
It's not the sunflower; it's the pumpkin seed.
I'm sorry, I had it wrong. It's
pumpkin.
You said pumpkin seeds or pumpkin seeds?
Pumpkin.
You said pumpkin seeds or pumpkin seeds?
Derek, I'm shaking my hand at you, Derek. I said pumpkin.
I thought you said pumping.
Well, that's what you was thinking. That's what you was thinking.
Okay.
Dawn, let me ask you another question real quick. How important it was for you to hire people, young people from the community?
Oh, thank you for asking me that question. That is the most important question. I'm trying not to cry. So look, I'm raised in New York City. I remember my first ever job, right? It was right around the corner from where I lived. I loved having my own money, not having to ask my parents for anything. So when we first started at the Nourish Spot, I was new. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'm gonna be honest, and I want to mention about the learning. I took classes, all right? I'm still taking classes to learn about business, so I know what I'm doing. But at first it was just me and my kids, but they got real jobs. I'm retired. So my son and daughter was like, look, lady, this was your idea. I need my benefits, right? So I said to my daughter, who's a chef by trade, yo, you got to help me get some help. I don't know what to do. How I'm going to get help. And she said, I know what to do. And so my daughter partnered with the nonprofit programs in the area. So Queens Community House, Pathways to Graduation, Child Care Center of New York. We even partnered with August Martin High School and this program called WIOA. And the most important one was the mayor. New York City's mayor has a program called CCAP program, which is culinary something through the arts. And so she partnered with all those programs. And initially we got about 6 or 7 interns, which turned into 40, which has now over 100. Okay. Because we also had the SYEP program. And so out of all of those young people that came to work with us, their programs were paying them for the first 6 weeks. But then when they showed themselves as dependable, honest, passionate about people and food, and really pretty much said, oh, Ms. Dawn, can I work here? Like, the internship is over. Will you hire me? And we hired them. Do you know how much pride that gives me to be able to say that I now have 9 young collegiate students, because they started in high school and now they all first, second year college students working for us. And then one of the young men, he's 19. In a pandemic, he started his own food business. Come on now, I'm proud.
Wow, that's
what's up. That's what's up. Yeah.
I'm real proud. And we have young people that are African American, people that their parents came from Guyana. We have a couple of young ladies that are Muslim, and they count Ghana. Let's see, one is from Tanzania, the other one is from, what did she tell me, Guinea? Okay, so we have an international group of young people, and I'm proud. I'm proud of what my family and I have been able to do.
And you should be proud, Dawn. Very good, very good.
Dawn, one more question real quick. So during the pandemic, how was the pandemic? How did the pandemic hurt your business or help your business? How was the flow of traffic for you during the pandemic?
Well, I was kind of concerned about the pandemic, but I'm happy to announce that I don't know if you guys ever heard the scripture where it says, you were established for such a time as this. But I really do believe that God had a sense of humor and he knows what is coming. Like, we didn't know there was going to be a pandemic, but God knew there was going to be a pandemic. And so what happened was we were just the place that the community needed during the pandemic, because what was every single health professional saying on television, on the radio, online?
Boost your immune system.
Okay. Yeah. And all I had to say is, we got your fruits and vegetables. And the great thing about the Nourish Spot, and I really don't want to leave without saying this, is that we allow you to customize what you want. So remember, I used to be the person going to these salad bars, right? And what I didn't like is that everything was pretty much already prescribed for me, right? So I would have to pick the salad that they decided was the salad of the day or whatever, because I didn't like going to those places where everybody can, I forgot what, where everybody can just touch their face. I don't like those, okay? And so, something that was important to me is that people had choice. Okay. And so one of the great things about what we do at the Nourish Spot is we offer you choice. We have a plethora of fruits and vegetables.
Oh, I love that word.
That's not just the normal ones, right? So, you know, you can get your apples and bananas, but we also sometimes have dragon fruit. You know, we have horn melon, we have pomegranates, the real ones, okay? You know, we keep peaches, we keep lychees in the summertime. You know, any kind of fruits that I can find, I bring them, as well as vegetables, you know, all of the vegetables, kale, spinach. The only thing we don't keep at the Nourish Spot is that romaine lettuce. Why? It's always tainted. And I don't want to have to go through that. And so we try our best to keep everything in the store that people would want to, you know, try, or they would want in their salads. Oh, one more thing we don't keep in the store. We don't keep corn because it has no redeeming value.
Thank you. Thank you.
No nutritional value at all.
No, we want to know where you're. First of all, we want to know where you're located on Guy Brewer. But before you answer that, I'm going to give you my idea that I've been telling people for years. Collard green flavored smoothies. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you. I'm headed into you, Dawn. You know, you want some magic.
Yeah, he has been talking about that for a long time.
Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy some collard greens and I'm gonna try it. But let me tell you,
it ain't gonna take. It might be good for you, but it ain't gonna taste good.
I'm gonna try it. I might be able to hook it up. But let me tell you something. Come and get the kale, okay? We make something called a green goblin, and it's got kale in it, and that's good enough, okay? That's as close to collard as you can do.
Sure, tell the people where you're located at, Dawn.
So the Nourish Spot is located at 10705 Guy R. Brewer Boulevard in Jamaica, Queens. Because of COVID, we've kind of changed our hours a little bit. So Monday through Friday, we're open 9:30 to 6. On Saturdays, 10 to 7. On Sunday, she rests.
All right.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Nourish Spot. We also have a website. We have merchandise. I hate this computer. I can't really. Oh, there it is. We have merchandise. So you could go on our Shopify site if you like. We have cups and masks and T-shirts and hoodies. Because you know Warren Buffett says you need 7 streams of income, so I'm working on them.
There you go.
There you go.
And you know, like I said, and you know, just show up. Tell your friends. We also, if you can't get to us, so we have like a 20 to 22 mile radius. So you can order through Uber Eats, DoorDash, Caviar, Grubhub, Seamless, and Postmates.
Excellent.
Okay. And I will be there this week. Because I usually do Uber because I'm at work and I gotta sit right here. So, but next time I'm gonna come in person again.
Thank you.
But Dawn, I want to say you're gonna see me there too, and I want to thank you because you're the reason I'm gonna have to explain to my wife why there's a whole watermelon on the nightstand. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get me a whole watermelon tomorrow and put it right on the nightstand.
Oh my God! I thank you guys so much for having me on the call. I want to say one more thing. So 2 things. One, I don't know if Mr. Todd is still watching, but I want to talk to him because I got some books in me and I want to talk to him about that. And then 2, I really want to tell your viewers that I'm also a coach for New York City Small Business Solutions. New York City has established a whole new program for Black entrepreneurs called BNYC, and they're doing Janelle Doris, who is the new commissioner of Small Business Services. He is bringing all the resources to bear on behalf of Black entrepreneurs. So please go online, type in BENYC, and take advantage of all of the free resources. And I'm here to tell you that the resources are free because I use some of them. free resources to help you not only get started in business, but to also sustain and keep your business moving forward, even in the pandemic.
Excellent.
Dawn, we're going to make sure that you and Mr. Todd connect. We're definitely going to get you guys in touch, all right?
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, sister. We love you, sister.
Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.